with Falcon hockey coach Joe Cranston. And Joe, the Falcons played 3 times since we last talked. Swept the series with UW-Superior, winning 6-2 and 4-1. And then last night here at Hunt Arena, played Gustavus Adolphus. Gusties took a 3-2 win. Your thoughts on those 3 games?
Well, the first game against Superior is really about as well as we can play. We really put every aspect of our game together to beat a team like that, 6-2. You know, I can't remember the last time, maybe ever, that we've beaten them by 4 goals. We just played a really solid 60-minute game and just fantastic to get into first place because we were tied with them. And and then going up there the next day, Superior knows if we win that game, we're going to be in first place by 3-4 points. And if they win, they're tied with us for first. And and it was just their backs were against the wall, and just outstanding job by my team, the girls, to go up there into that rink with Superior, knowing they had to win and getting that win. And it was a tight game, very close, and 2-1 going into the third. And then Alice got that third goal with 8 minutes to go or something, and then we got the empty netter to seal the deal. So just really happy with getting a sweep with Superior, because now it puts us in first place, and really the only way anybody can catch us now is if somebody sweeps us in the second half. We can get a couple splits and still finish on top. So it's a great place to be right now going into the break.
And the Gustavus game on Wednesday, Joe, 3-2 loss.
Yeah, the Gustavus game, we played really well in the first period, outshot them 16-6, and you don't do that to a Gustavus too often, but when we're on our game, I think we're as good as any team in the country, and we certainly were in the first period. And then they got that fluky one right at the end with 3 seconds to go, and and it was almost, you try to forget about it, but it took the wind out of our sail a little bit, because we just dominated that first period so much. And then we had a pretty decent second period. We got the lead again. We're up 2-1, and then and then they did to us what we did to them last year. They got a shorthanded goal first shift of the third period. That's what we did to them last year. And then they got that, it ended up 1 more goal, and tough loss. But it was one of those games that there were just way too many penalties, and the flow. It was a great first period, but once they started calling penalties, the flow of that game was just gone, and it ended up not being that great of a game. It just had no flow. It was all special teams, and ended up just kind of being one of those games you wish you could have back. But nonetheless, it was good effort by our girls, and trying not to get frustrated at some of the things that were happening in that game. We kept our heads and kept working hard, and we got our goalie pulled, and we had Carly Morant hit the pipe with under a minute to go to win it. I think we hit 4 pipes yesterday, and it's just one of those games. It was frustrating, but I look at Gustavus just went out east and tied Plattsburgh, number 1 team in the country, and I thought last night we were the better team than Gustavus, even though we lost. So Gustavus is a great team. So what does that say about our team? I really like the way we're playing. We have a good hockey team. I think we can beat any team in the country on a given night.
Joe, looking ahead, the Falcons are off until like January 9th and 10th, I think it is. What's the schedule during the next almost 30 days?
Yeah, the girls stay. They have workouts, and they stay on top of things. I tell them not to sit on the couch too much of the time, and stay active, and practice a couple times today. Captain's practice next week during finals, so they'll get out and skate a little bit. But then after that, we just tell them, make sure when you go home, get with your high school teams and get out on the ice and just be moving around and staying active. And we bring them back on January 2nd, and then we have I think a full week of practice. Actually, I think 6 or 7 practices, and then we get ready for Concordia Moorhead coming to town. They have a nice squad, so the break definitely sets you back a little bit, but it's nice that we don't play right away on the first or second like a lot of teams. I left that weekend open so we can get back in shape and be ready for that Concordia series.
Joe, thanks for your time, and we'll talk to you in a couple weeks.